What's up everyone, PureChaosX here with the intro video to another radio controlled car restoration. This one's a little bit different. This is another Tamiya, but it's something I haven't really had much experience with as I only ever own one car that's of this type. And yeah, I just saw it for a decent price on eBay after the seller dropped it by like 30 quid. And I thought, I have to have that then. And it was a toss-up between this and something else that was supposed to be quite rare. But I opted for this one because the other thing was actually a lot more expensive. So, yeah, the seller dropped the price of this, which I've been umming and ahhing about buying. And once they dropped the price, I had to have it and have a go at restoring it because according to looking at the pictures, it looked like an absolute mess. And I put this block of wood here because it's so filthy I don't actually want it to touch anything. So and that is that a Tamiya TGS Nitro. That is just, why is even that on there? Ugh, okay. Yeah, it's a Tamiya TGS Nitro touring car, on-road car, whatever you want to pronounce it. That is loose, but I took that off because the carburetor was seized, so I wanted to unseal that, or unstick it before I did anything. So I took this off. It's not broken, so don't worry. It was missing its fuel, its air filter, but I do have one from an Acme Condor that I attempted to fix but failed. So, technically speaking, I do have two Nitro cars, but one of them is in a bit of a non-working state. So, I just borrowed it. Yeah. But yeah, there we go. I'm going to try and restore this. From what I can tell, everything is in one piece, and nothing is missing. The only... It's just the chassis. Can't really buy these. Some of this is actually shared across the TT01, like these pieces here, and the A-arms, and all that kind of thing. There's a few pieces on the TT01 that also go on this, so I do have the ability to possibly get some spares. There's a lot of dust, a lot of rust and corrosion. I don't know how bad this plate's going to be once I've cleaned it up. The wheels are a mess. These are going to have to be thrown away, as I don't think I'm going to be able to salvage those. But for all intents and purposes, everything else looks in good condition. There's nothing broken, there's nothing missing. I have found another chassis on eBay that's also scratched, but a lot less badly. And what I'll do with this is just get some coarse sandpaper, go over it and sand it down as much as possible, and then use some fine sandpaper and some wet dry sandpaper, and to basically just try and smooth it out as much as possible. I do have two of these that I can use to put on there, which will look completely out of place against everything else, but there you go. I also think I've got a load of TT01 A-arms, so I could use those if necessary. But for the most part, yeah, I think it's just filth. A lot of filth. Obviously that battery pack's going to go, and it has the original megahertz receiver in there. So yeah, you have to take all this off in order to get to that. Servos will be replaced. I do have a load of spare screws that I should be able to find ones that fit. If not, I'm pretty sure they're easy to come by. Haven't tested the glow plug yet because I haven't really wanted to touch it that much. The one thing I did check, thankfully the engine hasn't seized, so that was my main concern. All the fuel pipes seem to still be quite flexible, but there are some that are like really loose and just pop off too easily, so I do have some spare fuel pipe as well. Don't forget to pop that back on. Oh, God, I mean, you can see how filthy this is. Sort of let's just temporarily put that back on. Yeah, look, this just I did spray the inside of the carburetor with WD-40, so try and free it off, which I did. I actually did manage to free it off, so it's nice and loose now. Primer, on the fuel tank. But yeah, everything looks cosmetically a bit questionable, but physically nothing seems to be broken or missing, which is good. So yeah, obviously the servos would definitely get replaced. I can't remember if I said that. But yeah, I mean, you can't really see in there, but I don't know if this was just like kept in a really dirty place for a long time, or if this was just used over and over again. I don't know, but yeah, definitely going to get some they aren't as bouncy, as pogo sticky as they normally are, and these are just normal pogo sticks. Yeah, they don't seem to be as bouncy as the normal friction shocks. Still crap, obviously, but definitely get some oil-filled shocks, some good servos, some new wheels. I've undecided about the body. I was thinking about going for a Subaru Impreza body, because I think the sound of an engine on a rally shell kind of goes hand in hand, and get some obviously gold wheels to match the Subaru and some rally tires. So I was thinking about doing that, because this here is the body shell it came with. It's not in terrible condition. It is incredibly filthy, just like the chassis. But it is just mostly dirt, scuffs as well, obviously. Decals being, ripped off and everything. I'm going to keep looking for some decals for this, if I can find any. There are some splits, unfortunately. Really sure what I can do about that. Normally, I would use some spare polycarbonate and some Tamiya double-sided tape, because that stuff is really strong, and I'll basically just stick it in there. Unfortunately, I don't have any spare polycarbonate, so not really sure. And I might cut the splitter off. I've already had to split this bit off, cut this bit off, because these were all split. So I might cut the splitter off, because I don't think there's much anything I can do about that. So it might make it look a little nicer. Back end, a few splits in that. That as well. So, I mean, on the whole, this is almost in one piece with some chunks missing. But it might clean up okay. It might. I don't know. I will keep my eye out for some new decals. It did come with the spoiler and wing mirrors. No damage to this, but there was some scratches on it. Kind of scuffed it up, ready for a bit of a spray paint. But I don't know if I have any black paint left. So that's going to probably be a problem. And just shift myself. And it did come with the wing mirrors as well. They were painted silver, but they were also badly damaged. And the decals inside it were gone. It's kind of weird though, because there's like two holes there with a sticker that goes over the top. There's no plastic insert, so the sticker just goes over these two holes. So what I did, riskingly, I filled them with super glue and then used some baking soda or bicarbonate of soda to harden it and then sand it down. So it kind of looks like that now. It's nice and smooth, hopefully. And it's the same thing with that one. Oops. So nice and smooth, and theoretically should be ready to be painted on. Once I've obviously put the primer on, I can see if there's any areas that I need to sand down again, but yeah, and sanded all this down as well, nice and smooth. So, bit of primer, and I do have some spare silver paint as well left over from when I painted a Mini. So, should be enough just to put a few coats on these. So, yeah. So I'm thinking, let's pop that on there. So, oh god. Bloody breaking everything, hang on. So yeah, there's a bit of a spray paint. Not quite sure what I'm going to do with this. I do have some black polycarbonate paint, which I do spray perfectly well on plastic, but I don't have a lot. And because I was thinking about respraying the inside of this once it's all clean, because there are some chips in the paint. But I don't know how much time I want to spend on this shell if I'm going to get another one. I can't find this shell anywhere. It's obviously old. It's from like 2003 or something. And Shell's non-existent. I can find these, but they're out of stock, and it's the same with the decals. So I will keep my eyes open for some more decals, as that might help make this thing look a little bit nicer. And yeah, but on the whole, other than the pure filth that resides within this, yeah, it's not too bad. What I'm going to do, I don't know if I'm going to record the cleaning section of this, because it might be a bit boring, and it's, it might just waste time trying to set things up in the camera and whatnot. So I might just kind of do the cleaning and then come back to it after the cleaning. So, but you can get an idea of what it looks like just from all of this. So, yeah. So yeah, I probably won't record all the cleaning process or anything. You all know what oh god, the brakes are on. Oh yeah, and the brakes work as well, which is also a bonus. There. And so yeah, brakes work too. Thankfully. No idea if the engine works, because I haven't tested it yet. I did not want to go anywhere near this with my hands if I could help it. You know, like deep in the shit, or put nitro in it until I've actually cleaned it. So yeah, I will obviously show the cleaning once it's been done and the difference between this and the clean, and I will show off the body shell, and I will try and record me starting it, or at least attempting to start it. So yeah, and the carburetor is nice and free now, which it was jammed before. So yeah, I was just thinking about something and I can't remember what it was. Crap. What was it? Nope, it's gone. Can't remember. But yeah, there we go. This is my next restoration project. I was going to say that after I restored that Acme Condor, I wasn't going to bother with nitro anymore, because that Acme Condor tested my patience when it came to trying to fix nitro, and I used about 60% of my nitro bottle just testing it, because that engine on that Condor, that goes through nitro, a full tank of nitro, in what feels like a couple of minutes, as opposed to my HPI Bullet, which I think you can get like 10 minutes on a single tank, or something similar. But yeah, that Condor, just goes through nitro like nobody's business. So I would like to do another attempt at restoring that Condor on video. So mostly just needs some servos, and more importantly, a whole new engine transplant, because that one it has is absolute crap. So if that happens, I'll also do a video series on that as well. So for now though, yeah, I'm going to try and get on and do, at least dismantle this. I might have to get some gloves, to be perfectly honest. And yeah, we'll start the cleaning process. I'll use my muck off that I've been using on the last few videos. It is motorcycle cleaner, which can supposedly do oils and grease and all that kind of thing, which this is obviously going to be completely full of. And yeah, I need to try and find a way as well how to remove the rust from some of these screws if I can, because I cannot for the life of me find white vinegar anywhere. And that's apparently the only thing that works with rust. So normal vinegar, no other vinegar works but white. So that could be a problem. Yeah, but we'll see. We'll see when the time comes. I do have, like I said, a lot of spare Tamiya screws. I think these are all just basic, like 3x12 and 3x15 thread screws. So I do have a lot of those, and they're cheap enough to buy. So yeah, yeah, not much left to say except yeah, I've been waiting to make this video for 3 days before I even started anything. So this is the only thing I kind of really started, and unjamming the carburetor. Other than that, this is exactly how I received it. So yeah, let's put that on. So yeah, so yeah, there we go. That's just the introduction to my next restoration project, the Tamiya TGS, which according to the internet is from about 2003. So it's not as vintage as that 1999 TL01 that I restored, but yeah, somewhat close enough. I just realised as well these body posts are really bent. I'll have to try and... I think I've got some more up in the loft, which are also for the TT01. I'll have to have a look. So, the only thing I don't like though about cutting the front splitter off is that it's going to make the front end higher than the side skirt, and that always bothers me. I don't know why. I think it's just because I don't mind this being higher, because if this is lower, it kind of goes up at an angle, whereas if this is higher, that's lower, and that's high, it just kind of looks weird. So, yeah. But there's nothing I can do with that splitter, unfortunately, other than cut it off, because it is really bad. But yeah, anyway, I'm going to go now. So thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. I'll come back with a part 2, which will be the cleaned chassis. Won't record the cleaning. I'm sure you'll find it absolutely boring, and it'll be a bit too, like, tedious for me as well to try and record it and make it interesting. So I'm not going to bother recording the cleaning. I'll just come back once all the parts have been cleaned, and obviously when I get the body shell, make a video about that. And when I can finally test it, I'll do a video about that as well. Obviously new wheels. Basically, I'll just make videos about all the new parts I get for this. So yeah, gonna go now. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed it, and I shall return with part 2, hopefully very, very soon. So until then, take care, and I'll see you all in the next video, whenever that may be. Hopefully soon. Maybe. Hopefully. We'll see. Bye. Okay, I thought I'd just bring the camera closer in so you can get a closer look at all the dirt before I clean it. So, yeah. Yeah, it's a little dirty. Not gonna lie, a little bit dirty. It's just a little bit. Yeah. Yummy. Look at it. Like, you wonder how it gets in this state, unless this was kept in like a shed or a loft or something. Like, absolutely maddening. I wouldn't mind so much actually if this was electric and it was this dirty, but I don't know. It's just because it's an engine. There's gonna be more grease and oils everywhere. So yeah, I don't know. This is gonna be nice and fun. So, I mean, there's not really much left to say, is there? Really, you can literally just see it with your own eyes. So yeah, but yeah, hopefully once we're done, I think you can see. Yeah, you can't now. I could see little bubbles in the fuel lines move and doing that. So I'm assuming that that's all sort of like all the primer ring is working and there's a seal on that. If not, I do have some O-rings I could use. So yeah. To say I wasn't shocked when I saw the photos of this would be an understatement, but yeah. I don't want to tip it upside down either. I just really don't. What the hell is this bleeding stupid advert? Where's the remote control? Shut up, no one cares. Stupid YouTube adverts. So yeah, yeah. I thought I'd just go in here with a closer look at some of the ickiness. And where's the thing that I can turn on the light with? Bruh. Nope. 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 Wait, can I not turn the light on the iPhone? Oh god, did I just take that? Oh god. Oh god, I think I've just locked the right. I'm still getting used to this bloody iPhone. Whee, that's a nice smooth zoom. Jesus. Yeah. Oh, that's really smooth. Wow. I've never actually zoomed in with this phone before. Jesus. But I have locked the yeah, I've locked the exposure. I don't actually know how to unlock it. Yeah. Oh, well, whatever. Yeah, I thought I'd just kind of like take you in a bit closer to all the gunk. So, where's my hand? Where's my hand? I can't see it. There it is. So yeah, I had to take that off to free this up, which it should now be free. So yeah, before that was absolutely jammed solid. So, oh god, it's locked the focus as well. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, I just thought I'd just zoom in a bit and show you in more detail all the nice crustiness about this thing. So, yeah, hopefully we're going to get a good before and after. So, yeah, enjoy!